Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me. You're fighting 21st July on Invicta FC, which will be on live on Fight Pass. I've got it. A lot of other people have got it, so you can watch it throw down. You must be pretty excited to get back in the Invicta FC banner and also getting back in there again.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've been training, been working hard. Today was a rough training session. And days like today, they really make me, it's just the right time. Everything's happening the way it should, and I'm just feeling good. But today was tough. Today was super tough. Yeah.
I was going to say, I've seen Tanya Evinger popping up with the old social media with you, and I've got to say, she's a little bit heavier than you. I can't imagine sparring with her is a lot of fun.
Yeah, we sparred the other day, and she hit me hard. But I hit her too, so we went back and forth. That's what's so cool about where I train and my training partners. It's like I have issues sometimes, like with girls, like hitting them too hard or whatever. But Tanya, she's a tough chick, and she's always taught me, like, that's how you're supposed to train. And I never hurt anybody. So today I got to train with boys, and I got to beat them up. But they really put it on me today too when we sparred. So the other guy was like, one of my training partners was like, he's like, I saw him hit you hard. So I was like, I need to hit her harder. And I was like, what? Like, how is that cool? But, they want the best for me. And yeah, so that kind of sucks.
It's great though that you've got someone like Tanya helping you out. Her knowledge, obviously her experience, huge factor, and it's just something you just got to be a sponge and just absorb that information that she probably that she'll pass on to you. And do you find then training with men it helps as well, because it's not just, even though I always say to people, it's not just women and men's MMA. It's mixed. It should be mixed. You should be able to mix with both.
Yes. So today I had been training with some girls, and it's cool to train with girls. We're feisty and technical, but I just feel like I'm becoming more of a beast. And this is just the honest truth, and I'm really hoping that this shows, and I want it to show, because like I feel like I can be very dangerous, and it shows in practice. Like, I'm tough. Like bring it on. Like today, brought that out of me, and I just really want to show that in the fight. Like, bring it on. You don't want to fight me.
Well, your nickname is the Cyclone. I like that nickname. It's not used. Like, it's very rare, that one. I like that one. I'm digging it. I'm with the Cyclone name. And you are a very aggressive fighter. Like, for example, let's look at the Cummins fight and the Nugent fight. It was almost like roles reversed for you. You were the one getting the takedowns, but in the Cummins fight, you were taken down. Did you get quite a lot out of that then? Because obviously you've experienced it on both sides now. It sounds crazy, but to get both kind of experiences in the cage, you must have grown from that.
Definitely. Like, you work on your weaknesses until they become your strengths, and that's what you learn. Like, I'd rather learn that than learn later. It's better to learn now, and I definitely learned some lessons from that, and it definitely changed my game. Definitely has changed my game. So, it's great being able to put it all together, and then be able to show that to everybody, like how you've grown. And that's what's awesome about being a fighter. Like, you can't count anybody out. Definitely can't count me out. So bring it on. I'm ready. I've been training hard, and yeah.
You're not someone who gets put away. You're a nightmare in that sense, because you just won't go away. If people could knock you out in the first round, it'd be great, but you don't. You're just still there at the very end.
Yeah, I think these last couple fights too, like mentally, there's always stuff that comes up, but I want to like grow as a fighter, and just know that those were, they're lessons for, like, I guess now I'm just embracing the process. And, just like Ashley Ashley Cummins told me after the fight, she's like, where I've been, because she experienced, growing pains, I guess we could call it. So after the fight, it was really cool to hear that from her. She's like, you're going to go very far. She was an old training partner of mine, and crazy to have, like, I mean, I looked up to her and I fought her. Like, what? That's crazy. So I'm just really excited about the future and about this fight. So
I was going to say, because the women's 105 division in Invicta, it's stacked. You know, you've got a cluster of, you don't get easy fights, is the best way to put it. You've got a cluster of sharks to swim with. You know, for you as well, that must be great, because you're not, the last thing, one thing I love about MMA is, it's very rare you get to pad your record. It's only if you kind of work. There's those small little shows that will help certain guys on their show. But when you get to somewhere like Invicta, there's no messing around. They're going to give you a legit contender. But for you as a martial artist, it helps you see where you are and where you need to get to.
Exactly, and that's why with the Ashley fight, I knew, you know, nobody else wanted to fight her. I knew that I would learn from it regardless. But it sucks because the whole time, like, I felt confident in my abilities and everything like that. But it's like, for me mentally, being in that Invicta cage, I wasn't there yet. And so this fight helped me learn, like, I do belong there. I'm about to move in, you know, I'm about to move in here. So it was cool that I got to experience that, you know, first and foremost with a tough, you know, top 5 opponent. Like, I didn't get outclassed. I didn't get, you know, submitted. I didn't get knocked out. I may have lost points, but, you know, just helped me. It really helped me grow. So, yeah.
And Miss Anderson, your next opponent, we talked. Have you watched her footage? Do you know much about? Or are you one of them ones who lets your coaches review, come back to you and say, we need you to do X, Y, Z in your fight camp? Other than that, just be yourself.
I had heard about her. She's wanted to fight me, which is whatever. Before, like, I think I heard her name a couple times where she wanted to fight, and at that time, like, well, I guess, like, I take fights. I'm not scared to fight anybody, but I want to take them on my own terms, I guess you could say. So whenever I heard that she wanted to fight me, I was just like, oh yeah, like, I really wasn't into it. Not that I was scared of her, but eventually you're gonna fight everybody. I think she's a decent fighter. I don't think she has any one strength. I think she is, her record, maybe she hasn't fought a lot of tough chicks. Not saying that, you know, those girls aren't tough, but is that rude to say? I don't know. I just feel like...
it's not rude to say. It's your opinion, and everyone is entitled to have a view and opinion. I've said to, there's a guy called Dashan Johnson. He got signed to the UFC, and he basically fought guys with all really strong losing records and got signed to the UFC. I'm just saying that some people sometimes fight not the strongest caliber of opponents. Now, that can be circumstances, but people are allowed to have their opinions on the caliber of the people opponents that people have fought.
I never, like, I always, you know, of course I take fights that, you know, I never think I'm not going to win them. I'm going to win them. But at the same time, like, I feel like those fights, like, you know, I've fought girls in the UFC, you know, and I just feel like those fights have helped me grow the most, you know. So yeah, like, I think Alyse may be, not saying that she did that, but I just don't think that she has fought tough competition as I have. You know what I mean? So yeah. I don't know. Well, that's my opinion, and no, I haven't really watched her fights. She's probably decent everywhere. I mean, everybody's pretty decent everywhere these days. But you know, I'm gonna do what I do, and I've been working really, really hard. So I really think Invicta did really good with this matchup. I think it's a fair matchup, and I think it's a good matchup for both of us. And who wants it more?
So your fight camp, though, have you done anything specific? Have you, obviously, from your last fight camp, your last bout, have you done anything different to change? Or on your off time, let's say, I want to call it off time because you've got fight camp and then you've got in between the fights, it's that kind of developmental stage. Is there anything you've done specifically? Have you kind of had an honest opinion yourself, said, you know what, oh, my left hook it sucks, I need to work on my left hook, or I need to work on maybe getting that underhook in half guard a bit better, or anything like that?
Oh yeah, back to the drawing board right away. So luckily I got to experience, like, you know, 2 fights back to back, kind of the same thing that I needed to work on. So that's kind of what I worked on, plus just sticking to my strengths, you know. That's a big deal. And I know, like, you know, you can look at it any way you want. As far as like a fighter, you know, like, oh, they have, but I feel like I may not have the prettiest technique, but I'm a fighter and I know how to fight. So if I go out there and I fight, then I have to hurt her. I have to want to hurt her and break her will. That's what you have to do these days. You know, everybody wants it. They're not going to give it to you. You got to go out there and take it. So just mentally, I went back to the drawing board, you know, and physically to just try to be a better overall fighter. You know.
No, it's good because sometimes people can get stuck in ruts where they just won't let themselves get that evolution going. You know, they won't let themselves grow. They won't be honest and have a look, like you say, at the drawing board and go, do you know what? Let's just go back, maybe start here again. And you know, I've already got this. Let's just try and add a couple of things, because that's watching your fights personally. I see that there's not too much out of it, out missing. You know, there's, you know, even in the Cummins fights, it's like it wasn't a great gulf between the two of you. There was just a couple of bits here and there, and I'm like, do you know what? I thought Stephanie's not that far off what she needs to be, you know, to be an absolute menace in the top three in that division. You know, she there's a couple of little things there, and you're golden.
I think it's the mental aspect. I think it's that level, like, oh my gosh, because when I fought for Legacy and when I fought for Legacy, I always felt at home there. I felt like, and I think, you know, getting to that level, you really, you know, of course Cummins has the mentality that's there. You know, she's been doing it. I think that was the factor as well. Like, I think if I would have had that level of experience that she has, I could do better. But that's what's happening now. I'm learning. It doesn't matter who you fight. It doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't. You go in there and you do what you do, you know. And I think that's all part of it, you know. And it's awesome to see, like, women's MMA, like, evolving. Like, these girls are now in the UFC, and it's so real, and you know, it's cool, you know.
It's
and I'm fighting.
No, it is. It's awesome.
A lot. It's crazy.
It is. It's so great. Honestly, I'm with you on that one. I watched Joanna Jacek in the regional scene in Europe, and then all of a sudden you watch her go to the big time. Like, I remember her kicking ass, and I remember when she did it in Europe. You know, I was way before you guys. Yeah, who are you guys following on the train now? And like you say, Invicta has just a ridiculous kind of bank of fighters, you know, and talent, you know, and women's MMA. It's almost like it's grown at such a crazy rate. The standard.
I know.
It's
that's what I'm saying. If you're not going to evolve with this, I have to evolve with the sport, and I feel like, even though I've been through this stuff, like, that's what's helping me be the fighter that I've become and that I'm becoming, you know. So
yeah, well, I'd say you're not going to be the same girl you were 3 months ago, 6 months ago. You're trying to stay ahead of that curve so that you are still one of the contenders. So you're still considered one of the best in that division. Because if you don't, like you say, that sport goes, well, this sport goes ahead of people that quick. It's hard then to play catch up. You know, it's not easy. You know, it's a tough one to do. So let's talk about what you do when you have maybe a bit of free time, because I believe you do a bit of coaching with kids and stuff like that, and you do a bit of personal training. So is that just, you know, obviously fighting MMA? It's a sport, a passion. So fitness and helping people like kids. What kind of kid stuff do you do? Is it jiu-jitsu? Is it fitness classes? What do you do with the kids?
I do jiu-jitsu. So yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Yeah,
oh,
and
nice.
they're so cute. That is like the funnest thing ever. I have this little girl. She came in. She's been training about maybe a year with me. She started at 4. She was so timid, and then like the other day, like, I guess somebody, like, the little boy pulled her hair. Well, she made one of the little girls cry, and then so I had to put her with the boy. And they had a battle. She got so mad. She was beating him up. I was just like laughing because I'm like, I see myself in her, because that's how I am, like, you know, and I'm just like, that is so awesome. I'm creating a little beast. But her dad loves it. Like, if somebody picks on her, like, she stands up for herself and says, don't mess with me, I'll break your arm. And I just think, wouldn't you want your daughter, like, you want your daughter to, you know, be able to say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like,
if I had a daughter, though, I've got to be honest, I'd probably put her in a nunnery, because I wouldn't let any man look at her ever. I would just like, no man can ever know I've got a daughter. I couldn't handle it.
But that's what's gonna make her like not be so intimidated by guys, because
Yes.
she's gonna be like, I can beat you up. So
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Yeah, she can
yeah,
look after
you know what
herself.
I mean? You're not impressing me much with that. You know what I mean? So I love it. But yeah, that's yeah. So
I was gonna
well,
say because you teach the kids. You're quite petite yourself. You know they probably getting catching up with you pretty
yeah,
quick.
they are. It's funny. They're yeah. Some of them are definitely taller than me, but it's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They think I'm a kid too. I'm the nice one. The other coach,
Ah,
uh, the mean one.
you let them get away with stuff, do you? That's what you are. You're that kind of coach.
I do, but when I'm in business, they'll laugh, but they know that I'm serious. I'm like, okay, you're gonna go do 50 push-ups if you don't listen. Like, okay, so
That's good.
it was
Yeah, I did that with my little boy, and I said to him, I used to punish him with press ups, and he started just banging them out too easily. So I upgraded to burpees. You know, that's the game changer. But no one likes burpees. Even the person who did the first ever burpee does not like doing burpees. There's nothing good
I
about
don't
them.
mind these. I don't mind them, but
Okay, let's see. Will you put the camera down?
I
Let's
don't
see you do 100.
no, I don't, no. I don't want to do them. But if I have to, I don't mind them. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind. Burpees.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm gonna
honestly
start.
that's like a torture. Any person that will make them do burpees, they'll do anything. They'll do anything for you. But it's a
I
game
know.
changer.
I guess when the guys at work would walk, when I was a trainer at a gym, if there was a pretty girl, they would have to start doing burpees, because if they thought she was pretty, they would automatically have to do 25 burpees or whatever. And then I'm like, and they're like, Stephanie, you want in on this? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna, no, I don't.
No,
They're,
no.
but I think it's funny.
Yeah. So you've got those. But what about when you're? Do you have any passions? Like, do you like to read? Do you enjoy maybe something like fishing, or do you enjoy
I,
growing plants? Is there anything like that you like to do? Like when it's not, when it's just you, when it's just Stephanie.
um, what do I like to do? I like to work. I'm a workaholic, I think. Like I work a lot. Like I train and then I coach and I work and I just do that. So then, I'm sorry, I have to walk away because I don't want that noise. Leaving next. I like being busy. Okay, so hobbies. Let's see. I like outdoors. So
Yeah.
I want to go camping. I like traveling. Just getting different cultures and stuff. But when I'm home, I sleep.
That's
And
kind of
hang out.
key. Yeah, that's that. Your body needs it though. In this sport, it's so important that kind of that recharging of the battery. Like I've done it as well when I'm in fight camps. I don't have the energy to do like you said. I couldn't have the energy to go camping. I have the energy just to get into my bed and do nothing. Like I don't even want to text anyone back. I don't even have a conversation with anyone. I just want me and my pillow to have a loving relationship.
So that's me. That was me last night. I slept like 12 hours. I got off work and I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like going to church and stuff. I like the Bible and like learning about God and stuff, I guess. But religion gets a little cray cray, so I don't know.
No, cultures is, I suppose because living in America, obviously I'm not been there yet, but I will be. I plan to get over there. I have to. I've been told though I have to go to Philadelphia. I have to go to Milwaukee, train at Duke Rufus's place because I hung out with a lot of the people from the gym when they were in Glasgow for the UFC, and they said they will come purposely to my home to kick my ass if I don't go over there and hang out with them. So that's one place I've got to go, just the same. Yeah, same stuff, getting my ass kicked. But I imagine with America, it's kind of different cultures, different like almost like different states, because I imagine they all have different kind of ways they act and the kind of personalities in certain areas. It's all a bit different like that.
Yes. So Houston. So I've been to Milwaukee. I fought in Milwaukee, and I fought a
Nice.
Rufus sport. That was my favorite fight ever because they were booing me. It was awesome. But yeah, Houston's really diverse. So we have people from all over. Okay, this guy's about to mow his lawn, so I might have to just go inside. Um, it's so diverse. There's so many, different people here from other countries. So, you know,
You
I don't know.
you get a taste of cultures. Yeah,
Yep.
I was going to say, Houston, you NFL fan by any at all? Are you a Houston Texans fan or?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Texans. Yeah, I always support my teams. I don't get around to watching a lot of stuff. Like, I guess I'm definitely not the casual fan because I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to keep up. It's hard to, if I do keep up with the sport, it's MMA, you know, so.
Yeah.
So I'm an MMA fan. I don't know.
No, it's fine. No, I just thought when you said Houston, I went immediately. I thought NFL. I know they got. Is it JJ Watt plays for Houston Texans? He did that amazing. I want to say he played, but he did the to raise money because of the disaster that happened, and he just had a goal of something like 250,000, and it went to 20+ million. It was incredible. Just putting the tweets out. He was just putting his tweets in. You just saw this number just skyrocket to help the whole place. It was. I loved it.
Crazy
I was so.
That what happened. It was nuts.
Yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. Though. I just went. You know what? That just showed he just did a gesture to try and get a bit, and then it showed the human race and what we can do when we pulled together and just chip in a bit and like just you saw then kind of unity, and I imagine it was like that for the whole of Houston, just like a great unity there.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it was great. Everybody came together. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go back outside.
It's okay.
I gotta charge my phone. But I'm gonna get my car. I'm so sorry. I should have been more.
It's okay.
So
this is real life. This is what we want. Real life is what we want.
Yeah, this is real life right here. Trying to get it in, everything in. No, it was awesome. Everybody did come together, and like it was like, what could we do? I helped my friends' houses were just some of them were destroyed. They had like 8 feet of water in their house. Just think about that. If you had 8 feet of water in your house, yes, and it was like, okay, you got to get out of your house right now. You can't. What are you gonna take with you? Like, what are you gonna take with you on a rescue boat? Like, just whatever you have. And it was sad. Like, you got to see your friends that had to go through that. It's crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Yeah, that is Mother Nature there. That is it. You can't mess with that.
Exactly, you can't mess with that. It gets kind of exciting, but then when that happens, you're like, no, like that's horrible. Like,
yeah,
it's not something that's ever fun, you know. So
yeah, it's not at all. But look, like you say there, people just kind of bonded and just pick each other up, and they just keep to help it all work out. You all support each other, and that's what I thought was great about Houston. And I just kind of. I kind of felt there for Houston, even across the pond. I was, especially because, like I say, I follow a bit of NFL, so when I saw JJ Watt's thing kind of came out a bit more, and that's something that, it just sticks with you. For me, that will always stick in my head. Probably in 10, 15, 20 years' time, I'll always refer back to, I remember that time. Because I thought it was just a beautiful moment, And Derek Lewis, he was out there helping people. Even fight camp, even during his fight camp, he's out there helping folks in Houston. So it just went to show that even if they've got these kind of lives, like JJ Watt was professional NFL player, Derek Lewis, top level UFC heavyweight, they don't care when something like that happens. They kind of strip off what they are and just become human beings again to help everyone.
Definitely, in any way you can, definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, look, I won't keep you much longer because I know you've got to get yourself, to get away from that lawnmower and get a nap in somewhere. So I'll help wrap this up. But look, what is your social media, Stephanie, for people to jump on, give you a follow, and join you on your journey to greatness?
You can look me up either Stephanie Alba or Steph Alba MMA. Just want to give a shout out to my gym, War Training Center, and all my coaches and teammates there. And Robert Harley Davis, he does my banners every time, and they're awesome. So I just want to give a shout out to him as well. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got any sponsors out there at the moment helping you out? That's always important, I think.
Bad Chicks MMA. We have a few new ones coming on as well. Contour Athletics, and then I don't know the other ones. But my social media, yeah, that's one from Robert. It's
There you
awesome.
go. Yeah, I remember. I saw it. You recently posted it, so I remember seeing it.
Yeah, but thank you so much for having me. Check it out, July 21st, Invicta.
Yes. If you haven't got Invicta, get it so you can watch this. That's an idea. Or you can start
Shout
a
out to
7
my
day.
boyfriend Jeff too. Shout out to Jeff.
Yes,
That's
Jeff,
right.
for putting up with Stephanie. Is that what you want to say? Just basically put up with you.
Exactly. What's up with me?
Yeah, yeah. Well done, Jeff. From all the men who have, we feel you, bro. We feel you, man.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
No, my pleasure, Stephanie. Have a great have a great fight camp, the rest of your camp, and enjoy the whole weekend with Invicta FC.
Thank you so much.